mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to Lee's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest. It's Mark. Right, we'll start with you, David O'Doherty. What is Mark to you?
Well, this is Mark, and together we started a lost animals detective agency.
So there we have it. David's animal detective. What about you, Catherine? What's your connection to Mark?
This is Mark. He is my recycling man, and last year he put a note through my door saying he thought we were eating too many takeaways.
All right, Catherine's healthy eating recycling man. David Mitchell, your relationship with Mark?
This is Mark. He saved me from choking in Argos after I...
David, you haven't even heard of Argos.
He saved me from choking in Argos after I swallowed one of their little pens.
There we have it.
This must be one of the least serious episodes I've ever seen. I love it.
Precisely what is implausible about that?
So there we have it. David O'Doherty's private eye for pets, Catherine's judgmental bin man, or David's high street hero. Lee's team, where to begin?
Well, let's start with Catherine. How many takeaways were you eating?
Chinese, Thai, and pizzas.
Yeah, that's the first night. What about the second night?
Indians. I wasn't having takeaways every night. This is why I personally think it was a very rude thing to do. I mean, apart from the fact that it's none of this man's business, who I don't know. He's basically my staff.
Yeah.
How often does your staff turn up to take away the refuse?
God, I don't. My husband deals with all the rubbish and stuff.
I don't quite know what that means. I mean, he doesn't deal with booking them, does he? They just come every week. Or every
What's the rubbish out, Lee?
Well, you still might know how often they come.
I accept that, but you said your husband deals with it, whatever that means. It means he's the one. And in my family,
Your wife
Mrs.
does it, I
Bryden
know.
is happy for me to put the rubbish out. I do it
Really?
every Thursday
Do you take
night.
a little stepladder out with you?
Yes, because I can't reach the top of the wheelie bin, so... or sometimes I just take a run at it.
Cascading down on your head. And then, when you think it's all over the place, the little mammals turn up to clear all the mammals. Give us a rough average over 2 weeks at that time. How many takeaways were you eating?
Every other night, I think.
So that's what? That's normal to me, isn't it?
He writes a note and it says...
It said, I remember it beginning with, I hope you don't think this is rude, and you know, it is rude,
Yeah.
and it was rude.
I don't know this is rude, but...
I wonder if you've considered that you may be eating too many takeaways. Yours, Mark.
So stand up.
What?
Stand up.
I am standing up.
No. All them takeaways, let's have a look
That's
at you.
my mic pack.
I'm going to go and have a quick feel.
Oh my God.
I'm allowed to, I'm gay.
If it turns out this whole facade has been a lie, Louis...
It's all right, I'm gay.
As if saying it's all right, I'm a doctor.
Can I just say, Catherine, I'm gay.
Well, I can tell you, she doesn't feel like she's eaten a lot of takeaways. She's firm and tiny.
Well, thank God that was the answer, because it would have been awful if it had gone back up. She's telling the truth.
She's tight.
Stinks of curry.
No, she's tight and toned.
Lee, what about your other suspects?
David O'Doherty.
Hello.
Hi. You were running a detective agency for lost animals, is that correct?
Well, we started off just as a detective agency generally.
And then these lost animals started ringing you up, saying, can you find my owner for me?
No.
What?
It's the mid-'80s in Dublin. There's a lot of crime. And we were 8 or 9, and we decided we were going to do something about the crime.
So you start off this detective agency, and it doesn't go so well. So you think you need to be a bit more niche.
We just weren't getting the caseload. We were getting
This
nothing.
guy's face.
Did you recover any lost animals?
Well, in the window of the local shop,
there seemed to be some people had lost cats and dogs. So, and some of them were offering cash rewards. It was decided that we would ring up one of these people, and as I had the most mature voice of the agency, I had to speak to the lady.
And what would you say?
Hello, is that Mrs. Whitaker? And she would go, yes. And I'd say, and did you lose a cat called Whiskers recently? And she'd go, oh yes, oh yes. And I'd go, well, you're in luck, because my 8-year-old friend and I have set up a pet-finding detective agency. And we're going to take on your case.
And did you have any results? Any good results? Did you ever find an animal, ever?
No.
What about the other David, as he's now known?
Oh, we're
Mr.
actually
Mitchell?
considering that, are we?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
What were you buying in Argos?
A kettle.
Talk me through the process of how it worked
Yeah.
when you went to Argos.
I walked through the door and I looked through the catalogue to find the kettle.
Good start.
Yeah.
What type of kettle did you go for?
For boiling water.
So, you've seen the kettle, and then what? What happens next?
I filled in I checked on the little keypad that they had it in stock.
I'll tell you what, you are down with the kids.
This, the pen that
Yes.
you swallowed, how long was it?
It was sort of about that long, I think.
And you choked?
Marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. Never has such a clean sentence meant so much.
Why did you put it in your mouth?
I was sort of chewing the end of it, sort of thinking.
Trying to look
and then
working class,
I sneezed.
You sneeze! The way you do when you sneeze and suck in at the same time.
You had a backdraft effect, did you? And he went, ho, straight in.
So you sneeze.
In order, I involuntarily inhaled before
Hang on.
the exhalation.
Are you like
That is
Hoover,
what-
man? Did everything implode into your gob? That's my child! Get it right! So Mark's ran up to you.
Yeah.
Does he give you the Heimlich manoeuvre?
No. He just sort of patted me hard on the back a few times.
Right, we need an answer.
Already,
I
damn.
can't see Mr. Mitchell in Argos.
I think it could be true, his story, because he looks quite Irish, quite fair, isn't he? And,
He looks Irish.
yeah, I think he looks Irish.
So what are you going to say then, Lee?
Should we say David O'Doherty?
I've told you, I mean,
David
don't
O'Doherty.
blame me, that's all I'm saying.
We're going to go David O'Doherty.
Me too. Because he said 8 or 9, right? And that's totally something you do at 8 or 9. And that's totally something, just going into any shop or any just random light pole or wherever you see the signs of a lost dog or a lost cat with a reward. I mean, you're thinking that's easy money because you think you can, that it's easy to find them. And I don't know, I totally believe it. I cannot just Catherine's thing, it's just so arrogant of him to leave a note like that, and David's thing is stupid. The other David. But I totally believe this one. And every time I see a poster for lost cats or dogs, I always start paying attention in the area just in case I ever see them. And one time, no, I'm thinking because maybe twice. Okay, one time I found a lady's cat, but I couldn't get the cat because it just when you would walk close, it would run away. It was just a little scaredy cat. But I called her up and told her, you know, where I saw him, and I saw him more than once. So I told her, dude, he's always around here. So I mean, if you come and hunt him down and call him, you'll find him. I don't know what happened with that. And then another time, I don't remember how, I found another person's cat, which this totally sucks. It was a cat that was left with friends while the lady was on holiday or whatever, And the people that were watching the cat let it out when they weren't supposed to, and they lost it. Like, oh my God, dude, terrible friends. And I found that cat for them and gave it back. I don't remember how I contacted them after finding the cat. Also, the cat she pulled a Pennywise. She went down into the sewers, and it was really hard to get her out. Had to, like, bribe her with food and stuff. It was a really cute black cat. But I saved 2 cats. No rewards, but 2 cats. I wouldn't accept rewards, by the way, but 2 cats. Anyway, that seems like what a beautiful business plan for a child that is. I totally believe this.
David Ducky. Okay, Mark, would you now please reveal your true identity?
David O'Doherty and I ran a pet detective agency.
100%.
Yes, it's absolutely
Had he said he was like 23 or 24, then yeah, that'd be a different story.
true. You had a detective agency.
I was at home rooting around, and we made business cards. And caption at the bottom is, "We handle everything."
You're the first
What's
detective.
the note?
Yeah,
And Mark is...
he's down his notes.
Down as notes.
What?
You've reduced him to an inanimate noun.
What a man. Thank you very much, Mark.
You know what I particularly liked about that one? Mark was acting as if Catherine's thing was true, and the Doherty, I can't say that, the other guys was kind of like, what? This is whack. I like that. I like that he participated that way. Good for you, Mark.